Welcome everyone to the day number 4 of 5 of the Docuedit Formula 1 2024 season live showroom. First of all, this is the live number 4 of 5. The other 3 lives, for example, the live we did yesterday will be available in this card. Here you can check the live we did yesterday that we were discussing about or talking about the stories of the Docuedit, the drivers involved, the reason why I made every single edit about different specific drivers like Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. We were analyzing and watching videos about the story behind the edits I've made for this project. But today, as I said, let's look at that, guys. This is the Docuedit. Well, this is my main YouTube channel, Flows by Dani Lozano, where I was uploading documentaries and edits the last 10 years. This is not the YouTube channel where will we uploaded the video, guys. Okay, won't be uploaded here. Tomorrow I will let you know where. But what I want to show you is pay attention to the header, the graphic design of the header. You can see at the top the drivers, most of the drivers of the Formula 1 24 season. Just below the logo type that says Docuedit. And I have to tell you that the cover, the thumbnail design, will be very similar to the design you are watching in the header. The design in the header is inspired in the official thumbnail I designed for this video. But first of all, I would like to show you the graphic elements or the concept design of the logo type, of the Docuedit logo type that is just below. And if you pay attention, guys, this is the logo type, guys. This is the logo, the initial idea that I made around in May 2024 when I started the project. And as you can see, it's really, really simple. It's not like other logo types, like for example, what I did with the Silver War. You can see here the logo type of the Silver War here. That is a much more complex logo type, even with 3D effects. Or, for example, the logo type of the 8th and 1, or the silver versus red here, 5 for nothing, that are a bit more, let's say, elaborated, no, or a bit more complex. I think the Docuedit logo is also very cool, but if you see the logo in a general perspective, you can see that it's much more simple, it's in 2 dimensions, it's just a text with an icon in the middle, but at the end, why I did that? What is that means that the icon that you can see at the center of the logo type? Well, first of all, the word Docuedit is divided, is separated by the logo type. I did that because it's representing the 2 words that are forming the title or the branding of the branding name of this project. As I explained in the live number 1 we did the first day, this project, the name Docuedit, is formed by 2 different words. Docu from documentary, edit from edit. And Docuedit is the combination of these 2 words that try to explain that this video will be very, very special because it's not a documentary, it's not a Formula 1 documentary, it's not a Formula 1 edit. It's a combination of multiple driver edits that creates some kind of documentary, but it's not a documentary at the same time. That's why it's a concept that is difficult to explain. You have to watch the video, obviously, but when you watch it, you will understand this Docuedit concept that defines the branding, of the project. The icon you can see at the middle, this icon, is obviously, I show you. Well, I think you understand that it's a racing helmet that is looking to the left side. And what is inside this part is like 2 elements in one. By one hand is representing the visor of the helmet, like the visor, where are the driver's eyes inside of the helmet, obviously. And at the same time is some kind of design that try to simulate or emulate or this kind of film reels tapes, or I don't know what is the name. This concept that is used to make the movies, or at least it was used to make in the film industry. Let me put you an example. this kind of this kind of piece of paper that is used, or it was used to use in cinema, in the film industry, and it is inside of the helmet, like if at the same time is that this kind of film rail, and also is the visor of the helmet. It's like two elements in one, you know, because it's representing that this project is a video about a racing event. In this case, the racing event is in Formula 1. It's racing, and the visor is at the same time this kind of film reel that is telling you that you are watching a racing movie or a racing film. In this case, about Formula 1, representing the helmet as a racing element, and at the same time the visor is also the film reel, representing that this is a movie or some kind of film, you know. It's like that was the concept I decided to create for this project, guys. I think maybe it's simple. I'm not saying that it's not, but at the same time it's complex. It's normally, from my point of view, I like the logotypes that tells you a lot of things watching them, but at the same time are really, really easy and simple to see, you know. There are not too much visual elements around, you know. It's super clean, super simple, probably not the most spectacular I've made. I know it was not so difficult to make, but I'm happy with. And this is the original version, but what I did in the final version, I add around this logotype at the top and at the bottom, this kind of you can see here, this kind of in the top of the logo, this kind of again film reel stripes, to say in some way, with these dots at the middle, you know, like reinforcing or making even more clear that this kind of visor element works also as a film rail, you know, at the same time. So and at the end, with these two stripes at the top and at the bottom of the logo, for me makes even more, let's say, readable the logo type, make it much cool. Without the stripes, I'm not so convinced. It's like floating the logo type. Adding these kind of stripes at the top and at the bottom, it makes the logo much more solid, you know, inside of every design you will make around the logo type. For me, it's about concept design. It's about, you know, very personal points of view. But at the end, I decided to add this kind of stripes at the bottom and the top. For me, it looks much better now, the logo type. More interesting things, the colors of the logo type. For example, the color you are seeing is the background, a very, very dark tone that is a very, very dark red. It's not black. Maybe in your screen looks black, or maybe not. If you compare with the background of the general design, that is gray, completely gray, you can see that is the background of the logo type is a really, really dark red and forms like a very brown, very dark brown color. And obviously the Docuedit letters and the icon are colored in, let's say, for me, it's kind of gold color. And these two colors were chosen purposely by me, because these two colors are what represents my brand identity on internet. You see me, for example, the design you are seeing now with these two double screen background, where you can see me at the bottom here and just at the top where I'm filming, where I'm recording the screen. You can see that I'm using the same colors. For example, in the subscribe button that is below of me, is the gold color and the same background, the same dark brown background. These colors are what represents my identity on internet as a Floss or as a Dani Lozano. That are my two names on internet. And I decided to use the same colors to associate this project to me, absolutely to me. In this case, and this is the first time, because as I said in the live number 1, I've made this project mainly because my main YouTube channel, Flows by Dani Lozano, this YouTube channel, the last year in 2024 was the 10th anniversary of this YouTube channel since I created, and since the time I was starting to create and uploading videos here. So to celebrate that 10th anniversary, I decided to make a super special video. That is the video you will be able to watch from tomorrow, the Docuedit. And since the beginning, I wanted to associate this project as a very personal project, with me, with my person, unlike I did or I made with the previous documentaries, for example, the Silver War, or the 8th and 1, or Silver versus Red. These are projects that obviously were made by me as well, but are external to my branding or my brand as a content creator. This time, since the beginning, I wanted to associate this project with me. It's about Formula 1, obviously, but I really wanted to associate with me because at the end of the day, all the hard work and efforts and time spent on it was so high and so immense that I think it's what defined my work here, and one of the reasons because I want to be known, because of the creation of these videos, these Formula 1 videos that are made from the bottom of my heart and from the passion I have for the sport, my favorite sport, the sport I love so much since I was 10, 11 years old. So that's why the reason why I really wanted to make it very, very personal, and that's why the logotype, the Docuedit logotype, is absolutely associated with me. And for example, you can compare it with the logotype of my channel, Flows, around that is in the same, let's say, very dark brown color in the inside of the logotype, and around the circle around is in the same gold color than the Docuedit words and the Docuedit icon. The helmet with the visor are exactly the same colors. That if you are a really freak or a very, very person that is interested in design, this is the values of my colors. The two colors I use normally in all my designs, the two stripes, the gold and the dark brown, the values in RGB model and also in X color model. Just in case you are really interested on it, these are the values that I use. So I know it's a bit technical, maybe a bit technical. It's about design, but hi Alejandro. As you know, it's really interesting. I think it's very, very interesting to know these kind of details. Maybe not for everyone, because at the end of the day, not everyone is interested in that. But I'm sure some of you really enjoy this kind of insights. I think it's very interesting to know. For example, about graphic design, all these videos I was creating about the Docuedit during all these months in in the channel I'm doing this live, for example, that is this one. All the thumbnail, you can see the logotype in all of them, obviously, where, for example, the developer diary, where I was explaining the making process during all these months about this project, and the stories behind the Docuedit, the section we were checking yesterday, these video stories, where I explain the story behind of every edit and the drivers involved. You can see the colors are always present, the colors of the logotype of the Docuedit. And this is branding. Basically, this is about to use all the elements of all visual elements and colors you are using for a project in all you are making around. In this case, these videos that are extra information about the project, where I was explaining the stories of the Docuedit and everything, are always matched with the same visual art or the same graphic design, using the same colors. And that's what makes a very good strong branding. As you can see, for example, in my header of my other YouTube channel, that is this one, where I'm doing the live stream right now. By the way, subscribe to this channel if you really enjoy the details and and all the insights I explaining to you about my projects, this is what I do. My header, as you can see, is using once again the colors of the Docuedit that at the same time are the colors of my branding. For example, the t-shirt that I'm wearing is similar brown color that is defining my logotype. You can see this t-shirt with the logotype. It's also in this kind of dark brown color. You know, it's a way that people reminds me easily. You know, it's a way to say to the people, hey, these colors are representing me as a brand in everything I'm doing. And in that way, every time a person watch one of my thumbnails about some kind of projects with these colors, they really immediately understand that it's about me as well. So obviously that don't mean I had to do in every single video, in every single thumbnail of every single video. For example, in the videos where I explain video editing techniques about Formula 1, you can see that I'm using complete different colors. But in this case, in the Docuedit project, since the beginning, I decided to associate all the branding and everything to my brand identity as well, you know. And now I would like to show you guys the official thumbnail of the project, the official cover design that will have the final video, the Docuedit. That is, this is something exclusive, absolutely exclusive. I will reveal for all of you in this live, in exclusive, absolutely in exclusive. And this is, let me show you the official thumbnail of the Docuedit Formula 1 2024 season. The cover you will be able to watch tomorrow when I will announce where to watch this video, and obviously you will watch this cover. As you can see, this cover is very, very similar to the logo, to the header of my main YouTube channel. That is this one. As you can see, it's super similar. What I did was to use the same elements. You can see in the thumbnail 10 Formula 1 drivers of the 13 drivers of the Formula 1 2024 season. At the middle, obviously, the maximum protagonist is Max Verstappen, because he was the world champion last season. Around or at the left and right side of Max Verstappen, first of all, is Lando Norris, that was the main title contender of Max Verstappen in 2024, and obviously is very protagonist as well in the final video in the Docuedit. And the other side is Lewis Hamilton. He was not probably the most relevant driver of the last season in 2024, but this Lewis Hamilton is probably the most popular driver in the world, actually, and the best in terms of numbers, 7 times Formula 1 world champion and everything. I mean, it's Lewis Hamilton. And just alongside these 3 drivers, the 2 Ferrari drivers, Leclerc, along to Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, along to Lewis Hamilton, then is Oscar Piastri, and along to Charles Leclerc is George Russell with that characteristic pose, very famous pose. And just behind Russell is Alonso, then is Albon, and then is Magnussen. And at the other side, after Piastri, is Daniel Ricciardo, then is Pierre Gasly with a special design, I think is in this image, and at the very end, Valtteri Bottas. Why these drivers are in this order? And by the way, just below the four cars of the 10 cars of the last season, the Red Bull, the McLaren, the Ferrari, and the Mercedes. Why this order? Why this design is made like that? Obviously, Max Verstappen, the absolute protagonist, as a world champion in the middle. Let's say that the first 7 drivers, from Russell to Piastri, these 7 drivers are bigger than the rest. Why? Because these 7 drivers are the 7 drivers that were able to achieve victories in 2024. In 2024, we were lucky and we had 7 different winners. And these 7 winners, they won at least 2 times every driver. And I think that was unique in that season. And I think it was the first time that happened in the Formula 1 history to have 7 multiple race winners in one single session. That's why they are all these 7 drivers in a bigger size and in the middle of the thumbnail design, because they deserve more space, more in the final design. They did that great record. And the next 6 drivers, 3 at the right, left, and 3 at the left, that are a bit less small in terms of size, are representing the teams that are not represented in the first 7 drivers. That means that in this design, we have at least represented 1 driver of the 10 teams of the Formula 1 2024 season. We have some duplicates. For example, Leclerc and Sainz both are from Ferrari, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri both are from McLaren, and Hamilton and Russell both are from Mercedes. And then we have Verstappen representing Red Bull Racing. In the right side of our screens is Daniel Ricciardo, along to Oscar Piastri representing RB, or Visa Casaf Racing Bulls is the full name. Then is Pierre Gasly representing Alpine. And finally, Valtteri Bottas representing Stake Kick Sauber. And in the other side is Fernando Alonso representing Aston Martin. Then is Alexander Albon representing Williams. And finally is Kevin Magnussen representing Haas. So that means that we have 13 drivers, but at the same time, in the whole design are represented the 10 teams protagonists of the 2024 Formula 1 season. Okay, and just below the cars, the 4 cars also are representing the 4 teams that were able to achieve victories in Formula 1 in 2024. The Red Bull car, the McLaren, the Mercedes, and the Ferrari. As a little insight or curiosity, let me tell you that the McLaren that I picked in the photo is not being driven by Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri. It's a photo that I picked from the free practice 1 of the Mexican Grand Prix. And in that photo, the driver is Pato O'Ward, the Mexican driver that was reserve driver in McLaren that previous season. I don't know if this season he is in the same role, but the photo is from him driving in Mexico. That's a curiosity in case you are really curious person. Let me drink by 1 second. And then we have just below the logotype that I was explaining the design and concepts. And just behind is my name, because this time, as I said, I really wanted to make very personal this project, guys. Because I think all the efforts I was spending on it, I think I also want to be represented, as the creator of this project, and I don't want to be only the channel that uploads Formula 1 videos to internet now. I'm now in a much bigger thing, and I'm working very hard in my personal brand as a video editor. And that's why probably from now in all my projects I will try to be more present, because it's what I want. It's my channel, my social media, and I know a few people of all my followers really enjoyed as well, not only the videos I'm making, also they love to see or to watch the insights, the explanations, the tips I can give them as a graphic designer, as a video editor. I think I can share a lot of value or important information with all of you of all knowledge I get during all these years making Formula 1 videos, and to share it with you and to help you in case you would like to make videos, or I don't know, even to create graphic designs. If I can help you in sharing my knowledge and my experiences, sharing my work and explaining my work to you in terms of creativity or whatever, I will do. And I really like to share my knowledge. It's something that I really like, and it's beautiful to see or to read when I do that. Your comments telling me that it was very helpful. It helped to you a lot. It opens to you more creative process, and that's I love that. I love feel the sense or to feel that I'm helping in some way, not only uploading videos, you know. That's why from now I'm, especially in the last 2-3 years, I'm working really hard in my personal brand and in sharing all I'm doing. What else about the graphic design? Well, as you can see, and as I explained before, this thumbnail, well, by the way, before to finish this design, at the background of the drivers, you can see some kind of images just at the background here. Let me show you. At the left and at the right side, like photos of different racing situations between Formula 1 cars that happened in 2024. And these images are just screenshots of the full project, moments that you will be able to watch in the Docuedit. Are like, let's say, really integrated with the overall goal design, but you can see that at the same time are visible. For example, this is kicks over a stick in the pit lane. Here we can see two cars battling. I think it's a Haas with the Aston Martin. I think it's Magnussen with the Stroll in the Chinese Grand Prix. A moment you will be able to see in the Docuedit. This, for example, this image are both Alpines fighting each other in Austria. A moment you will be able to see. This is, I think it's Fernando Alonso, the onboard camera of Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin. And on the other side, you can see a Ferrari, for example, here is Charles Leclerc in the Italian Grand Prix. Then, for example, is Daniel Ricciardo here in the RB. We can see here, this is Sergio Perez spinning in Brazil. This is the very scary accident George Russell had in the Australian Grand Prix. That great accident that involved Fernando Alonso as well, if you reminded. And finally, here we can see a McLaren and the McLaren of Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc just behind fighting for the win in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. These all are moments, are screenshots of some of the moments you will be able to watch in the Docuedit. So at the end is another touch that, let's say, summarize or creates an overall design about this project, you know. So I think this is the design, the thumbnail design you will be able to watch tomorrow as a presentation of the official video. And as I said before, these designs are inspired in all designs I've made. For example, this is the design I made to present the trailer that is actually uploaded to the YouTube channel, to Flows. You can watch here the trailer. Very intense video, very cool. I recommend you to watch it. It's in my main YouTube channel, Flows by Dani Lozano. A very interesting trailer where you can see the what is gonna be the Docuedit in 2 minutes. And as I said, in all my designs are always present the same colors with the same structure in terms of visual elements. This is the developer diary, the video where I combine all episodes, the 10 episodes of the developer diary in one single video. And you can see how I was making the project during 10 months, little by little, edit by edit, explaining insights and everything. And as you can see, I'm still using the same backgrounds with the same pattern design, the same colors, the logo type, the Docuedit logo type, the images, the driver image I was using in the final design, the same drivers, you know. I'm always creating elements that are related, as I said, to create a symbiosis or some kind of similar pattern in terms of visual design, you know, that combine all my projects. And also in the video itself, in the graphics, in part of the graphics is a bit represented the spirit in terms of graphic design of the project. For example, the words Docuedit, the typography is the same that I use in most of my designs. The name is SCADA of the typography. And that typography is what I use to create the graphics, the visual graphics, the text that you will be able to watch in the final video. Let me show you a video, because in one of the Developer Diary episodes, I explained that. that concept of the text. Let me find the video that is here in the Developer Diary in the episode number 3. This one. I explained at some point something about it. Let me here, look at that. You will see the graphic.
Ready and prepared for this race 1.
You can see 01, which is the race number 1 of the 2024 season, Bahrain GP, Bahrain Grand Prix, and just below the name of the circuit, Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir. No text box, no graphics around, just the text shining.
Ready and prepared.
This is the text that you will be able to see during the Docuedit when to see or to know in which Grand Prix is the footage related. In this case, this is part of the Carlos Sainz edit of the Docuedit, where he's battling with his teammate Charles Leclerc in the Bahrain Grand Prix of the 2024 season. And you can see in the text that tells you the location and the name of the circuit just below, Bahrain International Circuit. And as you can see, the colors, the letters are in white, but around there is like a gold shining or something like that. The gold color to make shine these letters is exactly the same gold color that is represented in the logotype of the Docuedit, guys. That's what I'm trying to explain, guys. So let's say that in the Docuedit, the text, most of the text, the typography as well, are the same that were chosen to design the logotype, the Docuedit logotype, and everything. You know, once again, the elements are integrated or related to the project. That's also what a brand identity makes, or a visual identity makes, to combine all elements, text on a screen, thumbnails, colors, typography, and to put these elements in common in everything you do around. You know, that's also what I try to explain in the project, guys. Well, in this episode 3 of the Developer Diary is really interesting. I explain more things about the graphics on a screen. But by the way, let me tell you that if you really like this kind of explanations about graphic design and Formula One, in my YouTube channel, in my channel here, I have a playlist that actually I'm not making videos about it, I have to say, but last year I made videos about branding in Formula One. This playlist that I was creating the last year, I have, I think, 10 videos actually. In this playlist, I explain different concepts about graphic design in Formula One. There are very interesting videos. For example, when I don't know if you remember the time last year in Miami when Ferrari painted in blue the car, or with little touches of blue the car in Miami. In this video, I explain why they did not paint fully blue the car, and they only painted a bit here in the front wing, as you can see here. Also, I explained the typography here that the Mercedes Formula One team is using in all their designs and videos. So here I did the same with a special livery McLaren presented in the Monaco Grand Prix last season that was a bit yellow, representing the colors of the Ayrton Senna helmet. Also here I explain why the design the McLaren Formula One team have in his wheel covers related to Google Chrome. This kind of color wheel is very, very intelligent design, and is very cool, and it's really well made. All these videos are integrated in my playlist, branding in Formula One videos. So if you are big fan of this kind of explanations about visual design or graphic design, and also you are a Formula One fan, I think this playlist can be very, very interesting for you. It's in this YouTube channel where I'm doing this live stream right now, Dani Lozano Vlog. So take a look if you are really interested on it. Finally, guys, let me tell you something. As always, during these months, I was explaining a lot of things about this project. I made a lot of videos explaining the stories behind the edits, explaining the making process of every edit. But what I show or what I explain on YouTube is not the 100% of the project. The part of the project that is not revealed here, it was revealed on my community on Patreon that you can see at the top of me here, patreon.com/flows. As always, this is my Patreon page. Patreon is a platform where people can support their favorite creators. I have a page on Patreon. Here, this is my Patreon page. And as Flows by Dani Lozano. And here is where people is supporting my work as a content creator. People who become Inflows Premium member, they are supporting all the work that's supposed to me to make these videos. And not only that, they receive some rewards if they decide to become Inflows Premium member. They can get access to my collections here on Patreon, and one of the collections is the Docuedit as well. What that means? Well, basically that in my collections here on Patreon, as you can see, I have collections about my most popular documentaries, The Silver War, The Eighth and One, Silver vs. Red, and also the Docuedit. In the Docuedit collection, here I also post videos about the Docuedit project, as I did or as I was making on YouTube. Well, what is the difference? Basically, the videos that I'm posting here have more information. For example, do you remember that during all this Docuedit project, I was making this series, the Developer Diary series, that have 10 episodes, where you can see the episode 9, number 8, the number 7 episode, 10 episodes, in every episode explaining the insights and the making process of one of the edits that will be in the Docuedit Formula 1 2024 season. In Patreon, in my Patreon page, I do exactly the same. I have 10 episodes of the Developer Diary explaining the same that I was explaining in every episode here on YouTube, but in every episode of this series on Patreon, have an extra episode where I explain more things. For example, the name is always Docuedit F1 24, Developer Diary All Access. This is the All Access version of the episode 1 of the Developer Diary. Oops, sorry. The Developer Diary number 1 in YouTube is this one, where I explain the Carlos Sainz edit and the Oliver Berman edit in Ferrari I made. The version 1, the Developer Diary All Access version here on Patreon, have more information than the episode on YouTube. Here also I explain the same that I explained on YouTube about the Carlos Sainz edit and the Oliver Berman edit, and in addition, at the end, I explain information about another different edit that I was making for the Docuedit that I've not revealed on YouTube, and only the Flows Premium members, that are in my Patreon page, knows, actually, okay? That's probably the reward. And in every single episode of the 10 episodes you can watch, all these episodes on Patreon have an all access version, okay? This is possible to watch in my Patreon page. Also, I have extra content, for example, like this post that, if you don't know, Formula 1 management unfortunately blocks the Docuedit on YouTube. That means I won't be able to upload the Docuedit to YouTube. And here I explain what will be possible to watch, when, and more info. That obviously I will reveal tomorrow here on public, but Flows Premium members know the information much earlier than you. Let's say that the Flows Premium community here is a way where you can understand much better and in a real time what is happening with all the projects, all my Formula 1 projects. That's why, and also in addition, you are supporting me as a content creator. So it's super important, guys. If you really love my videos and you would like to do one step forward and to say, hey Dani, I love your videos, I would like to support you, how can I do it? Through Patreon. This is the platform where people can support me and all what I do. So for the moment, I think this live was interesting, a bit different, explaining things about graphic design. But I'm sure some of you will enjoy it. I think some of you will enjoy this part. And this is the episode or the day number 4 of 5 because, guys, it's the moment. This is the moment. I have to say something. Tomorrow is the final day, the final live, the live showroom number 5. And finally, tomorrow I will reveal when and where it's possible to watch the Docuedit Formula 1 2024 season. Finally, the full video will be available for all of you. I can't wait you watch it. And tomorrow I will do it. So tomorrow, please guys, stay here on live because you will understand how it's possible to watch the project I was working on during the last 10 months. And this is what I want you to watch it because it's super spectacular. Meanwhile, you are waiting the video where I will announce when it's possible to watch the Docuedit will be available here. Here, I will leave you here the official playlist of the Docuedit Formula 1 2024 season. In this playlist, you have a lot of videos where you can find more information about this incredible project. So thank you so much for watching and see you tomorrow. Finally, is the day. Bye bye.